Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Cheyenne, Loving Warrior for Christ, and I'm sitting outside on the front porch again, trying to be quiet while everybody sleeps. But I just checked my video to see if it was still uploaded. I don't know. I was just checking on it, and the one I did last night, and it was gone. Somehow it's missing. The video I just did last night, and I didn't delete it, so I don't know how it got removed. I had no copyright stuff in it. It was just me sitting on my front porch talking. And as far as I know, no one has the password to my account. But I'll probably change it just in case. I don't know why, but it got removed. But that's okay, because I'm going to redo the video, what I had said in that one. And this time I won't delete this video. I'll keep the backup. I had used my phone to record, and then I remove the videos afterwards so my phone don't get cluttered. But this time I'll find another way to back up my videos so this doesn't happen again. I still have my computer, it's just I haven't got it hooked up yet, but I will get it eventually. I'll get it hooked up. But anyways, what I was saying in the video was talking about how come I stopped making videos for a little while and what was going on in my life. And what was going on is I was under a lot of spiritual attacks from Satan, because I was really working really hard to expose the gay agenda, the transgender movement and all that. I was exposing all of that and doing just fine with it for a few months. You can look through my videos and see my videos I made on that transgender and the gay agenda and all that. You'll see it in there. And during that time, my my relationship started going bad, and the person that I was with, my ex, he came to me and told me that he was transgender, and that that destroyed our relationship. And I was going through a lot of heartbreak during this time because it was devastating to hear that everything that I was exposing with the transgender and the gay agenda and all that, and now it was in my own house, in my home, and that kind of, it was hard to swallow, and then during the same time frame, my daughter, she had met up with some boy on the internet, and we live in Texas, and this person was from New York, and she wanted to meet this stranger off the internet, and I told her it wasn't a good idea to meet up with strangers on the internet when you don't know for sure if they are who they say they are. And me and her, we had gotten into a huge fight, and she just left without saying goodbye, and she went to New York, and didn't let me know she was doing okay for like 2 months, maybe longer. I didn't know if she was safe or not. I didn't know anything, and that was driving me crazy not to know if my daughter was okay or not in a strange area that she's never been in. And she's from a small town, and that was even more scarier. And then I was dealing with the transgender stuff. I was being begged to stay and deal with this relationship with him being transgender, and I couldn't imagine myself walking around in the store holding a man's hand dressed like a woman. I just didn't think I could do that. It just didn't feel right, and I told him no, I couldn't do that. And you know that when people say I love you no matter what, well, that got thrown in my face, because I said that to him. And what he didn't realize is that you can still love someone but not agree with what they're wanting to do, and you don't have to be with them, you know? And so our relationship fell apart, and I was going through a lot of like pain and suffering, and I thought there for a little while I did hit rock bottom and started to let the depression really kick in, to where I was thinking like crazy things I shouldn't have been thinking, like I guess you could say I became a little suicidal, but I didn't let myself go there. Thank God Jesus was there with me this whole time. I had no one to talk to, because I was asked not to talk to anyone that I knew because they knew him. And so, out of respect, I didn't talk to my mom. I didn't talk to no one. I had no friends to talk to. And so I was suffering alone. But really, I wasn't alone. I had Jesus with me. But I was suffering this, and it was hard. And it did draw me closer to the Lord because I prayed and I fasted, and He helped me overcome all that pain that I was going through, and the worry that I had for my daughter. He helped me overcome all of that, and but it took a long time. It wasn't. It took a long time, and I kept praying that my daughter would come back home. I prayed that the relationship between me and my ex would be fixed, but it never did get fixed, and that he would turn back from being transgendered. I would say that God did answer my prayer because I found out later after we had split up that he is no longer transgender and that he's healed from that. And I have to say that, you know how people say that they're born that way? Well, I don't agree with that because I've known him for a long time, and there was never any kind of signals about him being a transgender. There was nothing. It was just like all of a sudden, it was like he was under some kind of delusional spell. We got two cats over here about to start fighting. Anyways, let me see if I can get them. They're right there. Well, anyways, that was really hard to deal with, and I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have anyone to talk to, and I really hope these cats don't like really hurt each other. But I'll try to set it to where y'all can see them. Stop. Okay, they ran off. Well, anyways, got distracted. I'm sorry. That whole transgender thing, it threw me for a big loop because I wasn't expecting something like that to be what destroyed my relationship, and it did. And it was really difficult because during our time when we were splitting up, he had put some girls on his truck, like different girls, and he was having relationships with them. And I thought that being transgender meant you were homosexual, but it turns out that you can be transgender and still be attracted to like the opposite sex, but to them it's the same sex. But I had a lot to learn about it, and I do know for a fact that he said that he wasn't born that way, and he finally turned back to away from that, and he said that all it was he was going through a midlife crisis, and that he was never transgender. And even his family, when they found out, they were kind of a little bit shocked about it too, so they even know that he wasn't born that way. And so anyways, yeah, it was a really difficult time. And like I said, I spent a lot of time being really sad, depressed, crying at the parks, crying at the stores, watching people. Whenever I see a couple coming out of like Walmart or something, they would be holding hands and looking all happy together, and I'd start crying and missing what I've lost. But it was okay because the Lord helped me get through it, and now I got a new person in my life, and this person that's with me right now, they're not transgender, and thank God, and they're Christian, and they're not going to go down that road. But yes, it was very difficult to deal with all that, especially when I couldn't speak to anyone. But I did speak to the Lord, but I didn't have anyone else to speak to. And I do not make this video to slander anyone. I didn't make this to make him look bad or anything like that. In fact, you know, he doesn't even pay attention to my YouTube channel, and he has me on block on Facebook, and I'm not going to share this to Facebook. I'm just going to have it on YouTube, because I guess some of the people we both know are on Facebook, and I'm not going to do that. And not everybody that's on my Facebook channel knows about my YouTube channel, so. I mean, some of his family does, but I don't even think they watch my channel, my YouTube channel. But if they do, just hopefully you understand I'm not doing this to attack him or anything. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just really grateful that the Lord pulled me through all of that, because I was getting crazy and I was losing my mind. But now doing a lot better. I mean, I noticed that since I started making more videos, that some of the attacks are coming back on me, but that's okay. I'll just keep on doing them. I'll stay strong. I know that our time is short, and I know Jesus is on his way, and I don't really need to worry about anything, just leave it all in God's hands. He'll take care of it. But I was really shocked to see the video is gone, the one that I just recently did last night. It's kind of upsetting that that video got removed, but it's okay. I just redid it just now. But this is like my little testimony of what happened and why I wasn't making videos and what I had to deal with. And I just wanted to let people know I had to deal with this transgender stuff one-on-one, and I know a lot about it. And if anyone wants to sit there and argue about it with me, about they were born that way, I'd have to say that you're full of it, because they weren't born that way. And also, I gotta say, I do have another person in my life. I won't say how I know them, because don't want them to get upset. But that they say that they're gay, and I know that they weren't born that way. I know them their whole life, and they weren't always gay. And they used to tell me they had a crush on some little boy or something, and I just know for a fact they weren't always like that. It just seems like to me that this delusional thing is like a spell, a blanket of spells are just like landed on certain people, and they were just weak minded and fell under it. That's what I think. It's kind of like this election thing. If you notice, a lot of people are falling for this spell. Like making teams, and Donald Trump team, and the Hillary team, and liberals and Republicans, and it's getting ridiculous. It really is. But that's a whole different video there. But anyways, I just wanted to share this again since it got removed, and God bless you all. All right, I love you. All right, bye.